Jody Lecornu and her twin sister Jenny were like two peas in a pod as they grew up. They were more than just siblings. They were each other's confidants and partners in crime, sharing a bedroom, a circle of friends, and a common interest in various activities. Their bond was unbreakable. Jody, known as the Strong Twin, had a captivating smile that could melt hearts. Her family and friends cherish her memory as someone who had a heart of gold and a relentless desire to assist those in need. Jody, a vibrant young student at Towson University in Maryland, was only 23 years old when she tragically passed away. Her passion for geriatrics fueled her studies, and she had just begun a part-time job as a receptionist at Eastern Savings Bank in the area. Her untimely departure left a void in the hearts of those who knew her, and her potential to make a difference in the field of geriatrics was cut short. As the sun set on March the 1st, 1996, Jody embarked on her usual routine. She fulfilled her responsibilities at Eastern Savings Bank before embarking on a delightful detour to the Mount Washington Tavern. The tavern beckoned her with the promise of good company and a chance to unwind. Jody reveled in the jovial ambiance until the early morning of March the 2nd, 1996, when the tavern's closing time arrived at 2 a.m. As the tavern's closing time approached, a friendly employee of the bar approached Jody and asked if she could give him a lift home. Being the kind-hearted person she is, Jody happily agrees to help. She drove him to his home in the beautiful Roland Park area of Baltimore. Later, Jody made a brief detour to an ATM to withdraw some money before making a stop at the Curb Shop bar to grab a couple of beers. As the clock struck 3 a.m., Jody bid farewell to the shop and swiftly made her way to the Drum Castle Shopping Center parking lot. Eager to make some important phone calls, she parked her car and settled in. Her first call was to the Mount Washington Tavern, where she hoped to have a conversation with the bar's manager. However, her efforts were in vain, as the manager declined to speak. Determined, Jody then dialed the number of her former roommate's boyfriend. The details of this conversation remain a mystery. While Jody was busy making phone calls in the parking lot, a sleek white BMW smoothly glided into a vacant spot nearby. From the car emerged an unidentified man who confidently walked towards Jody. Jody and the unknown man engaged in a brief exchange before he promptly made his way back to his vehicle. Whether they were familiar with each other or not remains a puzzle. However, in the early hours, around 3:40 a.m., the man driving the white BMW fired a single shot through the rear left passenger window of Jody's car, striking her in the back. It must have been a race against time for her, desperately trying to flee the parking lot to ensure her safety. However, her escape was abruptly halted by a curb, and sadly, she could not overcome the severity of her wound. While making deliveries at a nearby business, an observant individual became an unexpected witness to the entire attack. Acting swiftly, they immediately contacted the authorities, all the while keeping a vigilant watch on the scene.
Yeah, this is the giant kid on your clothes, the black man with a white on your head to strip away. I had a shot card, 6 what deal you'll for it. plane call from a giant food store in Bonnie. He had several shots. There's a female subject in the car. We laying over on the wheel or what? Close down. You hang on there and they can't see. She has 6 shots. Okay, subject has 6 shots. She has 6 shots. We'll go for 1 minute.
When recounting the incident, they made sure to inform the police that Jody's car was the initial one to exit the parking lot, trailed closely by a white BMW. According to the eyewitness, right before the suspect made his getaway, he swiftly reached into Jody's car, put it in park, and seized something from the inside. Tragically, by the time the police arrived, Jody had already succumbed to her injuries. In her relentless pursuit of justice, Jenny, the tenacious sister of Jody, has remained undeterred for an astounding 28 years. Her unwavering determination fuels her ongoing quest to find her sister's killer. A recent breakthrough has allowed Jenny to gather enough funds to erect 3 impactful billboards in the very area where Jody's life was abruptly taken away. With these billboards standing tall, Jenny hopes to ignite a spark of awareness within the community, encouraging them to come forward with any vital information that could finally bring closure to this long-standing mystery. Here's what we know. The murder was witnessed by a total of 6 people. The overnight delivery crew working at the giant food store were startled by the sound of gunshots and stumbled upon Jody's lifeless body. Furthermore, there happened to be a 24-hour gas station nearby. The surveillance cameras at the giant establishment were inoperative during the night when the murder occurred. The examination revealed the absence of drugs in her system. After discovering fingerprints inside Jody's car, the police are now in the process of running them through the system once more. Was Jody aware of the identity of her killer? At any given time, did she arrange a meeting with the killer? Was it plausible that she knew him from her days at the bank, or perhaps from the tavern, or even from her previous employment as a waitress? What led Jody to venture into the Caldor parking lot? Could it have been a botched robbery? The eyewitness account states that the suspect escaped in a white BMW driving in the southbound direction on York Road. According to the police, the suspect is described as a male with a stocky physique, wearing a green-colored army or camouflage-style coat. A reward of $100,000 is currently being offered for any information that can assist in apprehending and convicting the individuals responsible for Jody's death. If you possess any information, please get in touch with Metro Crime Stoppers of Maryland at 866-752587.